Hello, my name is Jen Knoch and I'm an editor at ECW Press. And today I would like to talk to you about Kaitlin Fontana's Fresh at 20, the oral history of mint records. And the reason I chose this book to talk about today is because I'm afraid, so very afraid, that it might get overlooked by people who maybe aren't big music fans or people who don't know who mint records is. I'm telling you right now, none of that matters. There are stories in here that are so much more universal than the nuts and bolts of a small label in the Canadian music industry than being a rock and roller. Not to say there aren't great rock and roller stories. There are. Mint is a label that spawns such bands as the New Pornographers or Nico Case or the Smugglers or the Evaporators or the Pack AD or a whole slew of them that you will find in here. Kaitlin has interviewed at least 50 of these band members and artists and people involved with the label. And you get to hear their stories. You get to hear what it's like to be part of a band that maybe never expected to be big and then all of a sudden was and didn't know how to deal with that. Or what it's like to be with a band that expected to be big and never was and how to deal with that. You get what it's like to be on one of those grueling cross-Canada tours where the bottom of your truck is falling out and you have to sleep on people's floors and then you get to your show and nobody comes. So you get that whole experience too. Another neat part of it is that a lot of these interviews are with bands that haven't been around for 10 years or 20 years, or maybe they just started, but you get some interesting kind of retrospective where people look back on their work and maybe judge it differently than they would have the first time. You get to see how they feel about their label now, about how they feel about their bandmates now, and kind of how things have settled over the years. So that's a really neat thing. The other super cool thing is that even I was actually drawing parallels with our own publishing house. So it's not about music at all, but it's the same thing of two guys who are really passionate about something, starting a business and not really knowing all the ins and outs or how it's going to work out, but just doing it anyway. And watching that company grow in all sorts of different directions and watching it go through these amazing peaks and valleys where they're almost out of business and then they're saved and then things slow down again. And so it's got that really cool dimension to it too. There's just this really strong through current of people following their passions, of people just trying their best. And one thing I really love about the book is the epitaph, which I think sums it up so nicely. And Kaitlin is talking to the two guys who started the label, and she asks them they talking about what the epitaph for mint records might be. And Randy says, "Sorry, it didn't work out." And Bill suggests, "Better luck next time." And then Randy suggests, "We tried." And Bill says, "We tried. Yeah, I think we tried would be good." And that's what this is a book. That's what this book is about the beauty of trying, and regardless of what may happen. Other wicked things about this book, it has super awesome photos, which I picked out, so we better like them, of like old set lists from Cub with their little doodles on them, or like cool on the road photos. This is some of the Cub girls and Nico wearing undies over their shorts in a random hotel room. So that kind of thing all throughout. So you really get a sense of the aesthetic and the feeling and that whole scene. Also, this book comes with a playlist. How wicked is that? You can get like 40 songs from Mint Records, so you'll be rereading and listening and just rocking out. This is a book that is totally as rock and roll as this bitchin' cover and definitely worth trying for.